Jimmy.
Now what's worth doing is worth doing for money.
Straight from y'all street to Wall Street.
Anybody tells you money's the root of all evil, doesn't make up.
Dudes wake up, hope their girl turned on so they can get a little bit. Only woman in the morning I wanna turn on this Becky quick. While the average man looking at this act like she fine as it. I'm over here looking at tails and whips like 5'6". I left the mayhem for the market. Now I don't want a dope spot, I want a stock pick. I know that booty got dropped, triggered my stop losses, but I ain't got time for your wop. My V-wops crossing. Rich with hot V's and pushing hot strategy and plans to make grand. Still in my wife beater, Batman pajamas, house slides, and about 5 hot picks for the day. Cause I like the way the Dow bounces. 4 hot dips on call, so I got options. 2 with a lot of volume, 1 with a double bottle. Now I know dumb money don't understand. Am I talking about my trade or just thinking with my MACD? You see, we different in the way we move. You move with kittens and your dog, I move with bears and bulls. I got a green thumb, roll with the marijuana. Waking up with the fun, some commas. Jump out of bed, big profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, big profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and die. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL, make profits. I jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. Yeah. See, me and Jim Cramer been talking mad money. Said today I'm taking a risk. They got the feds coming, but I got support here with me. I call a short squeeze. You get the drop, pull the trigger, and abort these. If she stay on my watch list, I might have to wife her. But I know better. I'm a true trading group lifer. Call up the Wolf of Weed Street. It's time to flip some profits. Go ahead, be hawking. Get your spot here. I'll double top that in the head and shoulders. Hit him up with this resistance. Watch him roll over. Cause I see John Wicks in contract. If I say I make $1 million a day, well, that's a large cap. You moving average, that's why you get crossed. Get split, get delisted, and knocked off. And I'm setting the whole block off. I'm buying GameStop and selling them roadblocks off. Jump out of bed, make profits. Eat my bacon and eggs, make profits. Light up, watching them candles, profits. While I'm still in my sand, making profits. They used to watch me move them packs and die. Now I watch moves in the NASDAQ. Profits. Used to run from the ATF and them cops. Now I run down ETL. Hey, my family. Profits. Hey, go, what we doing, my man? Hey, make profits. Hey, Shug, Mike, what we doing? Hey, make profits. Yo, Wolf, Professor, what we doing? Make profits. That TTG money gang, we some snipers.
Hey, yo, what's up, everybody? What's going on, folks? Welcome to the True Trading Group live stream. My name is Michael Edward Parinati, and I go by Michael Edward. I'm the co-founder and head trader of True Trading Group. In case you guys didn't know, we were a Benzinga FinTech Awards finalist last year for Best Data Analysis Tool, and we are currently the fastest growing and highest rated premium online educational platform that combines university level trading and investing courses with premium stock market tools, live workshops, and individual mentorship and coaching for stocks, options, crypto, and futures. We day trade, we swing trade. We also cover long-term investing. There's literally something for everybody here at TTG. You're wondering why I should listen to anything it is that I discuss on this channel. It's because I didn't figure this stuff out on my own. I was trained by professionals on Wall Street. My first job out of college, working at T3 Alpha Fund in New York City, my first job. They had me go through a training program before they let me touch even $1 of the fund's money. And then 2008 happened. And that was the Great Recession, the big stock market crash. But also the same year, I received one of the firm's Trader of the Year awards. And if you fast forward now, I'm the co-founder and head trader of TTG. And along with my team of 8 other professional full-time trading mods and an over 30-person staff, we've helped thousands of members from all over the world to reach their goals. We have members in 115 different countries, truly a global community here at True Trading Group. So if you guys are ready to learn, trade, and profit for real, you've come to the right place. 6 nights a week, Sunday through Friday, we go live on this channel with myself, other mods, and special guests. We'll drop golden nuggets, give you free lessons, education, trade ideas, and commentary to help you all become better traders, to help you guys make money. So if you've not yet done so, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on your notifications, make sure you never miss out on any of these lives. Happy Fed Day, folks. Happy Fed Day. The Fed coming out with a surprise, but not a surprise, but a surprise, but not a surprise. Depends on who you ask, whether or not this was a surprise or not. The market had a 55% probability priced in for a 50 basis point cut. a 45 probability for a 25 basis point cut, and the Fed gave you 50. Fed gave you a 50 basis point cut. Now, it's funny because JP Morgan actually was one of the only major banks that actually thought that we were going to get a 50 basis point cut. So generally, a lot of Wall Street participants still thought a 25 basis point cut was what we were going to get. But Jerome Powell gave us 50. And the big news is that they really moved forward that dot plot. The dot plot showing that they're now expecting the rates by the end of next year. They were sitting before this meeting, they were sitting around 4%. Now they're down around 3.25% to 3.5%. So additional, a lot more easing coming in, 50 basis points more of easing expected this year, 100 basis points of easing expected next year, taking the Fed funds rate down to around 3.25% to 3.5%. That's a big change. The last Fed meeting that we had, you were looking at a Fed funds target for next year that sat around 4%. So you got a Jerome Powell today that I felt said all of the right things. He said all the right things. I talked to you guys on the live stream on Sunday evening about my thoughts going into the Fed meeting and whether or not 25 basis points or 50 basis points, what's bullish, what's bearish. And what I have been saying that my thoughts were, I didn't think that 25 or 50 was really what mattered most. That to me, you can get a 25 basis point cut that could be bullish or bearish. You can get a 50 basis point cut that could be bullish or bearish. And I felt it was more important, the messaging on why the Fed did what they did. And I feel like it was more important the dot plot. Now, the dot plot is what the market wanted, which is an aggressive schedule for rate cuts. It's interesting today to see the markets close in the red, even though from the outside looking in here, bulls got exactly what they wanted. See, bulls wanted a 50 basis point cut. Bulls wanted a confident Jerome Powell. Bulls wanted a Jerome Powell to say that inflation is under control. Bulls wanted Jerome Powell to say that the economy and the labor market is just fine. That's exactly what happened today. And we still couldn't hold the new all-time high. You see, when the numbers came out at 2 o'clock, the initial reaction was to the upside. Okay, algorithms kicked in and market shot to the upside, but we very quickly gave that move back. Very quickly gave that move back. And I'll take you guys into the 3-minute chart and just going to show you here. Here you guys can see at 2 o'clock, the 50 basis point cut. We pop all the way to 568.5 on the SPY, and then you fade it into the close. And, I was a little cautious here coming into the day. I actually was positioned neutral. So I had a short position. I had a long position. I had a long on Meta. I had a short on Snowflake. Snowflake had resistance up there at 112. So I was short against that. Meta had support around 534, 535. So I was long against that. And I was just trying to beat myself. Hey, you know what? I think that we might be choppy following the announcement, and then look for Jerome Powell to give us direction. But it's interesting because we were choppy following the announcement, and Jerome Powell still didn't give us any direction. It was a very, very choppy session. And I felt that Jerome Powell was saying all of the right things, but the market still couldn't move higher. So that was kind of my indication to say, you know what, we might pull back into the close. I was in chat with all of our members. We had thousands of our members on the platform today for the Fed meeting, as we always do. We have about 10,000 members that are part of the True Trading Group community. We don't have 10,000 people that are in chat at one time because obviously people are, not everybody comes in all day, every day. People log in and out throughout the course of the day, but we had several thousand people that were in the chat and on the platform for the 2 o'clock announcement and the 2:30 press conference that followed. And I just gave my live analysis, the live coverage and my live breakdown in real time of the press conference and the things that Jerome Powell was saying. And every time he would say something that I felt was the right thing that the market wanted, the market had a hard time moving higher. So my thoughts were, okay, well, if you're not going to move higher from this commentary, then when he's done speaking, you may get a little bit of a pullback into the close. That's what you got. But it wasn't an aggressive pullback. And now you're stuck in a spot where I don't think anything's really changed. Bulls and bears, I don't think anybody feels better about their position after this Fed meeting. I don't think bulls have a better feeling that we're going to rally to 600 on the SPY or 6,000 on the S&P. I don't think bears feel more confident that the market's going to top out here and we're going to get a deeper pullback in the month of September. September is historically the weakest month of the entire year. September also happens to be the second half of September, also tends to be the weakest part of September. So the sell-off that you experience in September usually comes in the second half. It's interesting that you have a Fed meeting here today. The other thing that's pretty interesting is that literally back in 2007, it was, you got a rate cut from the Fed on September 18th. So you got rate cuts from the Fed, okay, right before the 2008 recession going into 2009. You've seen a lot of people make comparisons on social media about what happened in 2007 into 2008 and show the similarities, talking about inverted yield curves, talking about rate cuts, and then what happened to the economy following. As you guys know, you had the great financial crisis in the fall of 2008. Lehman Brothers went belly up. Bear Stearns went belly up. WAMU went belly up. AIG was in danger of going belly up. The entire banking system was in danger of going belly up in 2008. And the government passed the TARP program, saved the market, saved the economy, and the markets bottomed in March of 2009. And then here's a fun fact that nobody, I guarantee, knows, unless you've heard me say this before, because it's not a very well-known thing. The markets actually finished 2009 up 20%. Nobody really knows that because the markets went down so severely in the second half of 2008 and the first quarter of 2009, the markets tanked. The markets actually went down around 20% in the first quarter of 2009 and then bottomed in March. So January, February, March, the market really sold off in 2009. Then it bottomed, reversed, rallied straight from March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. The market went straight up and actually finished deeply in the green in the month for the year of 2009, but that follows the big crash that you had in 2008. People are trying to make a lot of comparisons from 2007, 2008 into where we are today. And I got to be honest with you, those comparisons to me don't make a whole hell of a lot of sense. I was on Wall Street during 2008. I was working at a fund. I lived through that 2008 crash. And not to say that I don't think that there's a possibility of a recession next year. I think there absolutely is a possibility of a recession next year. As it stands today, the data points to a soft landing, but that doesn't mean that I'm oblivious to the possibility of there being a recession next year. It's interesting because typically when the Fed begins cutting rates, it's usually in the past has not been a buy signal. It's been a sell signal. But the reason why, when you hear people make that comparison, that it's been a sell signal is because usually when the Fed cuts rates, it's because of an economic recession. So typically when the rate cut happens, the economy's in a recession or heading into recession, and the market actually trades to the downside. When you have if you have a soft landing, then the rate cuts do not lead to that big market sell-off. The problem is you haven't had many soft landings. The last soft landing you had was the mid-90s. 94 into 95, the Fed was able to pull off a soft landing with raising rates and then eventually bringing rates back down and not causing a recession, getting inflation under control. And then you experience what was the dot-com bubble, which was 95, 96, 97, 98, 99 into 2000, where the markets just rallied and rallied and rallied and rallied to new all-time highs. And then obviously that bubble burst. So if you sit here and you say, well, if you do accomplish and achieve a soft landing, do you have 3-4 years of upside from here before the economy maybe starts to stutter and starts to pause? I mean, you could see a situation where over the next several years, you pull off the soft landing, inflation comes back to 2%, the economy holds up, and AI continues to boom, and you have the new AI tech boom that acts as the internet bubble and the internet boom, and that could take markets higher for the next couple of years. That's entirely possible. Then you have a situation where the Fed may have kept the rates too high for too long, and they maybe actually do roll the economy into a recession next year. It's possible. The job numbers that we've gotten over the last several months turned out to be BS. You've had severe downward revisions on the job numbers. You had over 800,000 jobs that were revised down from 2023 to 2024. That's a lot. the highest number that you've seen since a revision from 2009, the last time that you had a job number revised down over 800,000 for the year. You got just this last labor report came in weaker than expected. The ADP report came in weaker than expected. And on top of that, you got revisions down for the month of July, lower than it previously was announced, and the month of June, lower than was previously announced. So much to the point where Jerome Powell even mentioned it in his press conference. He mentioned that the job numbers that we are getting, you just expect them to be lower than what they initially say that they are. He mentioned that, I believe, when Steve Leisman asked a question about, well, what has changed about why did you do 50 basis points? Because the last Fed meeting, it seemed like 50 basis points wasn't on the table. Now, you didn't have a Fed meeting in August. So we went that entire month of August without a Fed meeting. So what changed was what Steve Leisman was asking him. And one of the things that he mentioned was the labor market and a lot of the job growth that we thought, based on the data that was coming from the Labor Department, turned out to not be as strong as we initially thought that it was, that you had huge downward revisions. He said that the risk of inflation is lower than the risk to the labor market. It seemed like Jerome Powell is less concerned with inflation, almost took a victory lap, so to speak, on inflation, and is really putting his focus and putting his attention on the economy, growth, and the labor market. That's interesting. And a couple of people pressed him on this issue during the press conference. He got asked a couple of times. And, you saw some frustration in a couple of reporters where they're like, well, Jerome Powell, you said one thing. You keep saying that you have this dual mandate of inflation and the economy and the labor market, right? You have this dual mandate. You keep saying that it's in balance. You keep saying it's in balance, that you care. And that one woman, I forgot where she was or where she's from, but one woman specifically had said, and she seemed very frustrated when she asked this question. She said, well, Jerome, you keep saying that there's a balance here, but it certainly seems like by your actions that you care way more about the labor market than you do inflation. And is that the wrong move? As it stands today, you say, okay, well, the labor market is weakening, yes, but it's still stable. It's not cracking. Unemployment's at 4.2, which is down from 4.3 from the month before. And even though 4.2 is significantly higher than the low we saw of 3.4 from a couple of years ago, it's still historically a low unemployment number. 4.2 is still a low number. Let me make that very clear to people. The 25 or 20-year average unemployment rate is 5%. So you are still well beneath the 20-year average unemployment number. So 4.2 is still a low number. Now, once you get to 5%, then that becomes a bit of a high number. And I think that would be kind of the makings and the beginnings of a recession. And if by the time an unemployment gets there, you're probably already in the recession. But it takes time for the recession to actually be labeled. It takes 2 quarters of negative GDP growth. We haven't had one yet. So you can't be like, oh, we're in a recession next quarter. That's not possible. You might be going into the recession, but you can't technically call it a recession until you've had 2 consecutive quarters of negative GDP growth or negative GDP and, that greater than 1% increase in the unemployment number. Now we're almost at that point where unemployment was 3.4. We got as high as 4.3. Now we're at 4.2. A 4.5 unemployment number would give you the 1% increase. Okay. And then if you got the 2 quarters of negative GDP, then that's where you say, okay, well, there's your recession. But Jerome Powell and company is giving a 2% GDP number. They're anticipating GDP to be at 2%. That's not close to a recession. Now, typically when the Fed expects a recession, they're never going to tell you they expect a recession, right? They're never going to say our economic forecast is recession. The Fed's not going to say that. What they'll say is that we expect, GDP to be flat to plus 0.5%, right? Now, when the Fed says that, that's basically like, oof, flat means 0, right? Well, 0 is your way of saying we actually expect it to be negative. They're nowhere near that. They're not even saying that we expect GDP of 1%. They're saying 2%, which is below trend, but still nominal pace. And he made very specific and clear reference that the economy is still expanding at a modest pace, which means you have positive GDP, which means that there's not a recession in the horizon. Jerome Powell even specifically said that right now, he said, I do not see an elevated risk of a recession right now. He said, I don't see it. And that's not him playing games. That's not a political stance or anything like that. That's the truth. The truth of the matter is the data as it stands today, the consumer retail sales data, consumer spending, consumer income, unemployment, jobless claims, GDP, earnings, it's not recession right now. Now, I put out a market outlook report every year. I publish it for members of True Trading Group where they get my stance on where I think the markets go next year, what sectors I think outperform, what sectors I think underperform, and which stocks that we should be buying in the long-term portfolio to beat market performance on the year. I've been doing this now for 4 or 5 years. I've been issuing these reports so far since I began issuing these market outlook reports. Every single year, we have outperformed the S&P 500, which is pretty nice to say, considering the S&P has gone up more than 20% for a handful of the years that we've had, 2019, 2021, right? 2023, 2024. You've seen a lot of these years where the market has pushed 15, 20, 25% on the year. We've been able to outperform that so far every year that we've been doing that. I will give you guys my stance and my thoughts on whether or not I believe the soft landing is achieved when I put that report out. That report's going to come out probably the first week of January, maybe the last week of December. But I need to see what the economy and what the labor market looks like during the holidays. That, for me, is going to be the telltale sign. For me, the holiday season usually artificially inflates the labor market because of all the part-time seasonal hires. So you have a lot of people that pick up these part-time jobs or they pick up a seasonal job. And as soon as December is over, January comes and they get, and those jobs go away. If I do not see a nice, strong uptick in the labor market during the holidays, then that means that the seasonal hiring is just canceling out the full-time job loss in other areas of the economy. You also typically tend to see consumer spending and retail sales drastically go higher because everybody spends money around the holidays. So if you see kind of a flat or like a slow little bump in retail sales and consumer spending data during the holidays, then that also is going to be a warning sign to me that come January, consumers are going to just buckle up. They're going to strap in. They're not going to spend anything. And then you have concerns about earnings going into next year. So for me, I want to wait and see what does that holiday sales data look like. Then I'll make a decision on whether or not I think that we have, the concern over a recession next year or if it's going to be soft landing. Right now, the markets have priced in soft landing. I mean, we wouldn't be right near all-time highs. I mean, hell, we printed a new all-time high today. That wouldn't be the case if the market really felt that a recession was the most probable scenario, because it's not. It's not the most probable scenario. But even if that were to be the case, I don't care. I actually selfishly want there to be a recession because I want the market to go down so I can buy into all the stocks that I love so much at 20, 30, 40% cheaper than where the prices are now. But that may not happen. Which is why I'm happier than a dog in fresh cut grass. I'm happier than a pig in shit. That we took money from the long-term portfolio and we just 2022 and we were piling into these stocks at 380 on the SPY, 360 on the SPY. We got some ridiculous prices on some of these big mega cap tech names, on the AI names, the semiconductor names, the cybersecurity names, some software names. I mean, we really were able to get our hands on some really great positions in 2022. Typical every year adds like we do every year. That's 2023. And then 2024, I added on August 5th. August 5th, we had the big Japan carry trade blow up. On August 5th, you had the big gap down on that Monday. I added again on that August 5th. And so far, all those positions are trading significantly higher, some 20, 30% higher already from those August 5th adds. So I'm very happy with where we sit right now in the long-term portfolio. It's just in time we're actually doing a long-term portfolio boot camp at True Trading Group at the end of this month with myself and one of our other moderators who was a 30-year licensed financial professional. Doesn't act as in that manner in True Trading Group, is just a moderator at True Trading Group, but has 30 years of professional financial experience managing money and managing clients through the 1987 crash, the dot-com bubble, the 2008 crash, the COVID crash. And we're going to be putting on a long-term portfolio boot camp for our members, which is going to be a whole hell of a lot of fun. So I'm really excited about that. But I guess the question becomes now, where do we go from here? I'm still positioned pretty neutral for tomorrow. I've got a short position. I've got a long position. I'm pretty neutral to see, what kind of direction that we get. We've had many times where the Fed meeting comes and goes, and you get this big gap the following day. And then the next day it gives you the real direction. People try to digest what Jerome Powell said, what the Fed did. They digest it overnight and they really make a decision the following day, and the markets give you that direction. From where I stand, today's price action is bearish. It's bearish because you tried to break the all-time high and you failed to do so. Okay, so I'll draw across for you this all-time high resistance. There it is on the SPY, right? You tried to break that level today. You failed that break, and then you closed back underneath it. So that is a bearish candle on the daily chart. Okay, that's a bearish candle on the daily chart that you failed that. Where you have to really focus is 559 to 560, okay? Because that is your support level. 559 to 560 is going to be your support. And if that level breaks, then I think you can see a nice pullback towards 50-day moving average, but that's where you need to be focused, okay? And I'm going to pan out. You guys will see this now I'll delete this line. I'll make it more of a zone. And I'll show you just so you guys can see the support zone that it is that I'm referring to. Okay, the support zone that I'm referring to has been in place here now for the last couple of days. Here's your support zone. Okay, it was this little area of resistance, highs of the day on the 12th. You gapped above it on the 13th. And ever since that gap above it, this entire zone continues to act as support. Okay, and it was no different today. There's your support on that zone today. So this area, as long as this area is intact, I don't think you can really look for shorts. I don't think you can look for put options and everything else as long as this level is intact. I think you have to be cautious of a potential dip into it and then a bounce off of it. But if this level breaks, then I think you can really start to say, okay, the tide has shifted, and now we can start thinking about some short plays to take back the huge rally that we experienced on the 11th and 12th after the reversal from the CPI number. This is the CPI number on September 11th. Okay. So if you take out this zone, that's when I think you can say, so if you break this, right? Then you bounce back into it, then look for it to become resistance. That's the way that I'm going to play this. So if this support level, all right, if this support level tomorrow, let's say, is broken and you get down to like 558, then you bounce back to 560, then that's where we would engage the short using this zone as resistance and look for more follow through to the downside. But I don't think you can really sink your teeth into the short play until this level breaks. So although, yes, you have this bearish candle on the daily chart, okay, a lot of times the day two move following the Fed is the true move. If you were to come in here tomorrow and you hold that support level that I just showed you, and you get a candle that looks like this, if this is what the candle looks like tomorrow, it negates today's bearish top. Okay, it negates today's bearish top. And you would look then for us to actually extend and to move higher going into next week. So I really think that you've got to be a little patient. I know everybody kind of wants the prediction, but I think that you're at a point right now in the market where you've got to be a little patient. Okay, I think you've got to be a little patient to really make a decision. Okay. So that's what I think going into tomorrow. You know, we got to see what tomorrow brings. We got to see I think tomorrow is Today was very choppy. You didn't get clear direction following the announcement. You didn't get clear direction following Jerome Powell's press conference. It was very choppy. So that's my thoughts. It definitely doesn't help that all your semiconductors reversed and finished at the low. Right, you had AMD, NVIDIA, they all reversed and closed at the low of the day. AMD down 1.6, NVIDIA down 2%. So some weakness in semiconductors, that certainly didn't help. But tomorrow is going to be, the day, I guess, for us to try to determine direction. I was hoping that we would get that today. You did not. It was very choppy session with Jerome Powell's speech. And I think that's why I'm neutral right now. That's why I have a long position. I got a short position. I'm neutral right now. And I'll tell you guys this, if Meta takes out 544, you got to be long. Okay. So Meta is just sitting right at that all-time high. And it tried to break it today. It couldn't. So you can see Meta here at this all-time high. If Meta takes out 544, I think you got to be long, right? So again, you get something like this on Meta, you got to be long. You got to look for that stock to give you the follow through if it takes out 544. Okay. If it takes out 544, if not, it's just a failed attempt at the all-time high. No different than what you saw happen for the SPY. Failed attempt at all-time high. Same thing with Netflix. Netflix failed attempt here at all-time high. I'll take you guys to a weekly chart of Netflix. There's all-time high. Go all the way back to 2021. There's all-time high, right? You failed to break through that level today, and I'll show you intraday. See big pullback on Netflix. That was another one that I was watching coming into today because it was sitting right at the all-time high. But you can see a big heavy rejection wipeout candle off that zone, and just these stocks are not ready to take out those highs. So I'm leaning towards pullback. I'm leaning towards a pullback for the second half of September, but you got to break 559 to 560. Then we can go ahead and look for the short. Okay? Then we can go ahead and look for the short. Either way, this has been a phenomenal month. The volatility has been insane. The trading opportunities have been insane. The money-making opportunities have been insane. Right? The volatility and the opportunity has been insane. And this is what's allowed members of True Trading Group to make money during this entire process. And this is something that, listen, I stand behind the platform that we have here at True Trading Group and the analysis that we provide. And you're not going to get home run, wild, crazy, grand slam days every single trading day. But at the end of the week, at the end of the month, are you guys green? And that's all that matters. Are you making money? That's all that matters. You're on this live stream because you want to figure out how to make money. And my biggest piece of advice to people that are not members of True Trading Group is stop trying to predict the future. That's not what being a good trader is about. And for God's sake, stop trying to find someone who can, because there is nobody on social media. There's no trader in a chat room somewhere, in a Discord, nobody on Wall Street that can predict the future. We all have our analysis. We all have our thoughts. But at the end of the day, it's probability. It's what is the most probable outcome based on the data that I have in front of me. That's what it is all about. And we will show you, we will teach you how to identify probability. What does an A probability setup look like? What is high probability, 75% likelihood of outcome? What does that look like? We'll teach you. What's a 50-50 probability look like? We'll teach you. Stay away from those scenarios. Don't put yourself on a 50-50 shot. You want a 50-50 chance, go to Vegas, play roulette, put your money on red or black. Right? You don't want 50-50. That's not what you're here for. You're here to make money. You're not going to make money with 50-50 shots. Focus on high probability of outcome. And that's where we thrive. And that's why members of True Trading Group have been able to make money. That's why True Trading Group works. Not because we predict the future. The moderators and I are phenomenal traders, but we don't have 100% win rates. The mods and I collectively as a group have been able to maintain a cumulative win rate on all of our executions of just around 80% now going on the last 5 years. We share all of our entries, all of our take profits, all of our stop outs, our red, our green, our break-even trades. You guys see all of it. So you know exactly what you would have done if you were able to capitalize on those same entries and exits. Everybody has their own position sizing. Everybody has their own risk. Everybody takes profits at a different percentage point, right? You might sell 25% of your position. Somebody else might sell 15% of their position, right? So we show you every entry and every exit so you guys can see for yourself what you would have done if you would have taken that trade. So we're fully transparent. We're an open book. And the mods the members have been able to make money because of it. Not just because I say that to be so, it's because I think it to be so. It's because our members actually tell us. I'll prove it to you. Members of True Trading Group that are on this live stream, type the number 1 if you guys are making money and you're becoming a better trader because of TTG. Type the number 1 in chat right now. Just go ahead and type the number 1. If you're a member and you're making money and you're becoming a better trader, go ahead and type the number 1 in chat right now. Members of True Trading Group. Just type the number 1 inside of chat. Anyone that's not a member, pay attention to how many people you see type the number 1. Ask yourself, are you making money? Did you make money today? Did you make money this week? Are you up on the month? Because if you're not making money and you're not up and you're red, then you got to ask yourself, what are you doing about it? What are you doing to change it? Because all of these people are telling you they're making money. And it's not because they're luckier than you. It's not because they're smarter than you. It's because they're trained by successful traders. They know what they're doing. They understand what a good setup looks like. They understand risk management. They have access to the best trading tools that this industry has to offer. They're part of a community of 10,000 traders that genuinely gives a damn whether or not each other succeed or fail. That's why they're able to be successful. They don't all sit in front of their computer screens for 10 hours a day. 82% of our members have a full-time job. So I don't want to hear the full-time job as an excuse. I don't want to hear I don't have a lot of money as an excuse. We have members that started trading with $100 in their account. You can't tell me you can't scrum up $100 to put into a trading account and trade options. You can. We have members that do. The guidance that you guys will get day in and day out from myself and the professional traders that are mods at True Trading Group is invaluable. But it's also not the Bible. A lot of our members take their own trades because they're educated enough to identify what a good setup looks like. Members bring trade ideas even to the moderator's attention. That's what trading in a group is all about. I only have 2 eyeballs. I can't look at 1,000 stocks. I'm not going to be able to analyze every single stock that's out there. So having a group of traders that know what they're doing, that know what to look for, makes everybody better. It makes me better. It makes the mods better. The mods make members better, but the members also make the mods better, and members make members better, and mods make mods better. That's what being in a group is all about. And there has never been a better time, and I think a more vital time, for people to be part of a trading community and being part of a group, because there is so much action, there is so much opportunity that it's easy to miss it. It's easy for you to get distracted by shiny objects, what people are talking about on social media. The bell rings and all these stocks are moving around like crazy. There's opportunities in every corner of this market. Small caps are on fire. PRTG, huge trade today for members. TIL was a recent one. GLMD, recent one. Huge short squeeze move on small caps. Meanwhile, you've got stocks like AMD and Meta and NVIDIA and Tesla and Coinbase moving around like they're small caps themselves. Stocks that have hundreds of billions of dollars in market cap, $1 trillion market caps that are literally moving around 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10% a day. That's not normal. It's not. But it's the environment that we're in today, which is why so many of our members are able to make money, which is why you guys need to get your ass in gear. If you're not yet profitable, if you're not where you want to be, if you're not making money, what are you doing to change that? You got to do something different. All these people that are members of True Trading have already told you that they are making money. So I'm going to give people a chance right now. Who's on here that's not a member of True Trading Group? I'm curious. Type the letters TTG if you're not a member. You're not part of True Trading Group. Type the letters TTG. Again, if you're not part of True Trading Group, type the letters TTG in chat right now. Let me see how many people we have here that are not part of the community. Just type the letters TTG. We got Poppy J. Yeah, folks, go ahead and type the letters TTG for those of you that are not members of True Trading Group. Exactly. Julie says the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Zulu family. Gurkhan, I use Lightspeed but I don't recommend Lightspeed for a beginner trader. I'm not sure what your experience level is. If you are a beginner, if you're not a beginner, I use Lightspeed. I love Lightspeed, but Lightspeed still charges commission. So I tell people, if you're new, there's nothing wrong with like an E-Trade, Charles Schwab, Webull. Those platforms are good. And those platforms are totally fine. Nice sales technique. Yeah, listen, but the reality is these live streams, I shoot you straight. I don't sugarcoat anything. These live streams are the only really form of marketing that we do here at True Trading Group. That's it. This is the marketing that we do in trading. We don't spend hundreds of thousands of dollars and put ads everywhere and blast them in your face like a lot of our other competitors do. You don't have to worry about logging onto TikTok or Instagram and getting bombarded with my face and telling you how amazing that we are. Rather, we come on this live stream and we let our members tell you how amazing that we are. And members are very happy that I've taken the time to do these live streams, to introduce them to True Trading Group and sell them on a membership, because if not, they wouldn't be successful. How many members on here are happy that I sold you guys a membership on a live stream? Type the number 2. Type the number 2 if you're happy that I sold you on a live stream. Because without it, you guys wouldn't be where you are today. And like I said, a lot of our members, most of our members, the majority of our members that you saw earlier when I asked the question, you saw how many people told you they're making money. That's why people are happy that I sold them a membership on a live stream, because they are making money. Why would they not be happy? It's the best investment that they've ever made in their entire life. You can spend $500 for an annual membership to True Trading Group and then turn that into 5-figure profit in the course of a month. Why not? Many of our members have even 4-figure profit, some 6-figure profit. We've had members of True Trading Group that have crossed the 7-figure profit mark. It's not the norm to become a millionaire, but some of our members have. It's also possible for you guys to lose money in the markets. Not all of our members are killing it. The majority of our members are, but we hold red to green workshops every single month for our members that struggle. They're free. You don't have to pay anything extra for them. And that allows people that are struggling to submit questions to us. And we can answer those questions via a live workshop and help our members that are struggling. You just saw how many people just typed the number 2 telling you that they're happy as hell, that is happier than a dog in fresh cut grass, that we sold them a membership on this live stream. So I'm going to do it again for the people that are not members. Go to ttgoffer.com right now. There's no coupon code needed. You guys can do an annual membership at True Trading Group for just a measly $500 for the whole year. That's it. That's it. $500 over the course of a year. That's nothing. It's literally nothing. You all spend more at Starbucks. Literally. Go and check. You all spend more than $500 at Starbucks or Dunkin' Donuts. You all do. Everything on ttgoffer.com is included. Everything is included that you see on that page. All of our courses, 22-course curriculum, simplified version of the training that I received working at a fund in New York, Benzinga Pro's newsfeed, trading views charting software, the trade idea scanner, unusual options activity, options flow, dark pool data, 1,000 hours of videos and video workshops in our video library. You guys get access to all of that for $500 for the whole year. There's no upsell or additional cost or hidden fee for anything that you see on that page. Everything on that page is included. There's no coupon code required. Take advantage of that 500 price point. It's there for you. And I back everything up I say on this live stream with my own money. Okay, we stand behind the platform that we've created, so much so that we offer a double your money back guarantee. It's actually quite simple how it works. You join TTG, you pay $500. The double your money back guarantee is right there. It's in black and white. It's real. Go read it. You joined it, you pay $500. Go through our courses, pass our quizzes, and attend one study group. We do study groups every Thursday. They're free. I'm asking you to attend one. If you're unable to make enough winning trades to equal the $500 membership, you can't do that at least one time. We'll give you back $1,000, not just 500. I'm going to give you back $1,000 for wasting your time. That's how much that we believe in the platform that we've created and its ability to help you reach your goals. Simple as that. Can you trade on a phone with a Robinhood account? Absolutely, Steve. That's the whole point of Robinhood. Robinhood is a mobile app that allows you to trade on your phone. But a lot of other brokers, not all, a lot of other brokers also have mobile apps that allow you to trade on your phone. So absolutely, you can trade on your phone. We have a mobile app. You guys can follow along True Trading Group with our mobile app. The mobile app is free for members, downloadable on iPhone and Android. Get you see the screen share, be connected to chat. You'll also get real-time push notifications where our mods enter and exit their positions. So this way you guys can follow along with everything it is that we're doing, right? You guys can follow all the trade alerts. That's how 82% of our members that have a full-time job are able to benefit from what it is that we do that is True Trading Group. This person says, I earned 3 times my lifetime membership so far. That's incredible. I'm not sure how long you've been a member, but they've already made 3 times their lifetime membership. Lifetime membership is thousands of dollars. The annual membership is $500. Lifetime's thousands. They've already made 3 times their lifetime membership. True Trading Group works. If it didn't, we wouldn't be so highly rated on Trustpilot with 2,600 reviews. We wouldn't have a retention rate in the mid-70s. We wouldn't have a refund rate underneath 2%. Yes, our refund rate is literally less than 2%. That's why I can offer you double your money back. If our refund rate was 12%, I wouldn't be able to give you guys double your money back. I wouldn't. We'd go out of business. Would it make sense? Okay. So again, go to ttgoffer.com. Everything on that page is included. There's no coupon code required. If you guys have any questions, okay, if you guys have any questions, just text us. 1-888-621-2127. Phone number's at the bottom of your screen. Again, any questions, text us. We're fully transparent. We are an open book. 1-888-621-2127. Text that number, guys, with any questions that you have. We'll answer those questions. Any concerns, you're having a hard time signing up, whatever it is. Also, if you guys are currently you're currently a trial member, or you used to be a trial member, or maybe you used to be an annual member, and you guys want to come back for the 500 price point, you have to text that number in order for us to whitelist your email to get you guys signed up for the 500. Otherwise, the 500 price point's not going to work for you. So we got to do it manually. So text that number if you are one of those people. Otherwise, you go straight to ttgoffer.com. and you take advantage of the $500 price point. You guys join today. Get access to everything you guys see on that page. All right. Anybody have any questions for me about the Fed meeting or any of the analysis that we went over? Anybody unsure about what happened with Jerome Powell, what he said? Anybody not clear about my thoughts and my analysis that we already covered? Now's the time to ask. Anybody have any questions? Anybody unsure about my plans for tomorrow? Thanks, Mike. The last few days. Yeah, Glenn Wills, the last few days they've been sick. PRTG was nuts today. PRTG was nuts today. Huge runner, big short squeeze. GLMD yesterday, huge runner, big short squeeze. VEEA today, huge runner, big short squeeze. PLCE over the last couple of days, huge runner, big short squeeze. Got a lot of really, TIL over the last few days, huge runner, big short squeeze. It's been a fantastic last few days, guys, for members of the TTG fam, and a couple of 300% option trades kicked off there as well. I know Moderna was a big trade for members. Dollar Tree's been a huge 300% banger for members. It's been a great couple of trading days, and we still got 2 days left in the week. And we'll see if tomorrow we can get some direction following the Fed meeting. Everybody digests what Jerome Powell said and what the Fed did, and we'll be able to digest that and get some direction going into tomorrow. So, yeah, my pleasure, guys. My pleasure. Yes, I'm still in snow and I'm still in meta. So I have 2 positions. I'm neutrally positioned with a short and a long. All right. I'm neutrally positioned with a short and a long. Guys, also, don't forget that we're doing a live AI workshop in the main chat room immediately following the live stream. So for those of you that are interested in AI and using AI and our AI tool and everything else, and how you guys can implement that into your trading, and how you can use AI in your everyday lives and make your better financial decisions and help it with your trading decisions and identifying good opportunities in the markets, get your butts on into the main chat room after this live stream for a live AI training session with Adam. For those that don't know, Adam's the co-founder and my business partner in True Trading Group. Guy's an AI genius. And he and our team have been developing what is the industry best. I'm telling you right now, I'm not just saying that because it's ours. I've literally used 10 other AI bots when it comes to the stock market, finance, and trading. None of them can hold a candle to what it is that we have done and that we have created. And the industry is taking notice. The industry is taking notice. Okay. Some really great, exciting things coming here for True Trading Group that will keep you guys abreast and updated with as the months go on. But there is some really exciting stuff coming for True Trading Group and its members and the platform. Yep, Fib by Najee says Mari is unmatched. Mari is our AI tool, which we call it Mari. It is the best there is in the business. And that's not me exaggerating. That's just straight fact. After having used and tested several others and then using ours, there is none better. I mean that. Now I'm talking to you as a trader to a trader. I'm not talking to you as True Trading Group to potential user or potential customer. I'm talking from a trader to trader. It's the best that's out there. So Adam's going to go over and do a demo for you guys and a training, not a demo, but a training. He's going to help you guys and show you how to use AI properly, how to use it to make better trading decisions, and how to use it flat out to make money. At the end of the day, that's all that matters. Right? How can you use these things to make money? That's why you're here. That's exactly what our goal is to do. And that's what we've been accomplishing this entire time. So once we wrap up here, head into main chat for a live AI training with Adam. It's going to be sick. Otherwise, you guys go to ttgoffer.com, join for the 500 price point. If you have any questions, text us 1-888-621-2127. Again, 1-888-621-2127. Text that number with any questions that you guys have. All right. I've watched the work Adam and the dev team put into Mari, and it is nothing short of revolutionary. Very true. Very, very true. It's actually unbelievable. It's like I'm blown away. I don't even know why I'm blown away anymore. I should be used to it at this point. But every time that, they implement a new development or a new update or a new advancement within the functionality of the AI tool, I'm just like, what? I'm blown away. But at this point, I guess I shouldn't be blown away. I'm so used to it at this point. But it really is amazing. So members of True Trading Group, it's free for you guys. You don't have to pay anything, but you have to be a member in order to join it. Members, it's free. Head into main chat, AI training with Adam right after this live stream. All right. So if you guys have not yet done so, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications. Don't ever miss out on any of these live streams. It was a crazy, crazy day today with the Fed meeting. Very, very, very choppy following that announcement. Day 2 could give us that direction. We'll be all over that tomorrow. It's been a big week inside chat. Let's keep that going. We've had a lot of wins. Let's keep it up. Let's finish the week strong. ttgoffer.com, folks. 1-888-621-2127 with questions. Members, head into main chat now for that live trading with Adam. Subscribe to the channel, folks, and smash that like button. Show some love. I'll see you guys all in chat tomorrow. Have a wonderful